So here is OCGN Ocugen. This finishes at $4.23 today. That is up 22.25%. Although in the aftermarket here, we are getting some breaking news, and this is down to $3.70 at the moment. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday aftermarket close on the Smarter Gambling Show. So here is DWAC, Digital World Acquisition Corp, or Truth Social. This finishes at $92.90 today. That is up 10.18%. So this was trending number 2 on StockTwits today after SPY. A lot of mentions, so we will analyze it today. So there was a reason as to why the stock went up so much today. The Truth Social platform officially went live yesterday on Monday. So apparently there was a lot of bugs, a lot of glitches, which is to be expected from a new platform, but it was the #1 most downloaded app on the App Store. So it seems like a lot of people are starting to try it out here. Quite honestly, I thought it would sell off. I thought it was going to be a sell the news event, especially because it ran so hard up until this point, but it just keeps going up. So congrats to everyone in this stock. And let's go ahead and analyze now. So this does appear to be a cup and handle in the making, going all the way back when this first squeezed in October. We see a huge cup here, more like a tub. Can't even really call this a cup. So the bottom appears to be $38. The top could be $120 or the high of $175. So that is currently a bullish indicator that is telling us this stock may keep going up to fill one of those tops. And way back here, there is a gap up at around $10. So that would be a bearish indicator that is telling us this stock may come back down to $10 eventually to fill that gap. Looks pretty unlikely at this point, but possible. So just keep that in mind, guys. Gap up $10, bearish indicator. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now, this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 94.10 and 91.35. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 94.10, 98.30, 120, and then the high of 175. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 91.35, 87.10, 83.30, 81.10, 77.45, 74.60, 70.20, 67.50, 65.60, 63.10, 60.05, 55.50, 53.45, 51.15, 48.45, 44.70, 40.90, and then 37.64. There is support below 37.64, but we're not going to discuss that right now. So right now at this current price, $93. The channels to the upside and the downside are pretty decently sized, so expect a normal amount of price action either way this goes. However, if/when this breaks 98.30, the channels start to open up and get really wide. Really no resistance holding this back after 98.30. So if/when this breaks 98.30, expect a significant increase in price action. That's really bullish. And to the downside, if/when this breaks 37.65, the channel starts to open up and get pretty wide. So if/when this breaks 37.65, expect a significant increase in price action. So that'd be pretty bearish. But for right now, it's looking pretty good. RSI is currently at 69. Lol, nice. So not quite overvalued and overbought, but quickly approaching that. So be careful, guys. And this did 20 million in volume today, which is pretty good volume. So this pump today was confirmed by the volume. Okay, guys, just my opinion, not financial advice. Pretty hard to tell where this is going to go in the short term. We are getting mixed signals here. We have the cup and handle and very wide channels to the upside. So bullish indicators there. And then we have the aftermarket action, high RSI and gap up, which are bearish indicators. But overall, this does look more bullish than bearish. I would say it looks slightly bullish. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice. Personally, I wouldn't do it. It's a little too risky for my liking at this point. It's already ran so hard back in the $40 range in anticipation for the launch day. So it's already up 100%. That being said, there is no resistance holding this back if this continues to run to the upside. This can easily go back up to 120 and then easily back up to 175. But this could pay off pretty big. Very risky though. I would say going long here would be a high risk, high reward play. Still a lot of upside potential, but this does appear like it is due for a healthy pullback here. Although this shouldn't come crashing down because there is some pretty good support to the downside. Going long here, not a bad play, just pretty risky. So if you decide to go long, please do that at your own risk. But yeah, you can make 30% if this comes back up to 120, and then close to 100% if this comes back to the all-time high 175. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I do think this is due for a pullback here, although it may not be time just yet for this to pull back. I do think there is more upside potential here. So going short at this current price, 93, is also pretty risky. I would say going short here would be a high risk, medium reward play. At the moment, I don't think it's that great of a play. Like I said, a lot of upside potential, and this isn't going to go crashing down because there is a pretty decent amount of support here. So I don't like the entry of $93 on the short side, but if this does come back up to 120 or 175, I think those would be some pretty excellent entries, because if it does come back up to those prices, then going short would be a low to medium risk, high reward play. So going short here at this current price, 93, isn't necessarily a bad play. I just think if this does go to the upside, that would be a much better opportunity to go short. So if you want to go short, I just hold off for right now and wait to see if this does go back up to 120 or 175, and then I would go short. But yeah, as of this moment, long or short, whichever way you choose, is pretty much a gamble right now. Still a lot of upside potential, although this does appear like it is due for a pullback. If you decide to take a position, either way, please do that at your own risk. So congratulations to everyone who made money in the stock today, and good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is DWAC, Digital World Acquisition Corp, or Truth Social. So here is AMC. This finishes at $16.47 today. That is down 8%. So AMC was number 3 on StockTwits today after SPY and DWAC. So we will analyze it. So really no reason to justify this price action today. There was no news. So I'm just going to assume that this sell-off was because of the overall market not doing so well, especially growth/meme stocks, but no specific company news to justify this price action today. So let's go ahead and analyze here. So this does appear to be a cup and handle, bottom of the cup being around 1410 and the top of the cup around 2035. It looks like the cup topped out already, and this is pulling back to form the handle. So this should pull back about halfway between 2035 and 1410, the top and bottom of the cup, to form the handle, and that'd be around $17. So it's currently around $16.50, so maybe it pulled back a little more than it should have, but it looks like a handle is forming here, and that would currently be a bullish indicator because the next step after the handle forms in the cup and handle is breakout to the upside. This also could be a double bottom in the making, again the bottom being 1410 and the top 2035. So if this is a double bottom, then this can come back down to 1410 before it bounces again. And that would currently be a bearish indicator up until this hits 1410, and then it would turn bullish after it bounces from 1410. So pretty hard to tell if this is currently a cup and handle or a double bottom, but it's one of them. But this really shouldn't go lower than 1410. Very strong support there. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now this is sitting on the support of 1650, which it finished at today. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 1730, 1855, 2035, 2245, 2435, 2535, 2675, 2785, 2895, 3090, 3195, 3365, 3480, and then 3605. There is resistance above 3605, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 1535, 1410, 1295, $12, 1090, 985, 890, 830, and then 710. There is support below 710, but we're not going to discuss that right now. So right now at this current price, 1650, the channels to the upside and the downside are pretty decently sized, so expect a regular amount of price action either way this goes. However, if/when this breaks 1730 to the upside, the channels start to open up and get pretty wide, so expect a significant increase in price action if/when this breaks 1730. RSI is currently at 41. That is below average, so according to the RSI, the price of this stock should be a little bit above where it's currently at, and this did 43 million in volume today, which is below average. So this sell-off today was not confirmed by the volume. Okay guys, just my opinion, not financial advice. So I do think 1650 is a pretty decent entry. Like I said, this could be near the bottom if this is a cup and handle, but I think worst case scenario, this comes back down to 1410. There is some very strong support there. Tested that a couple times, couldn't break it. So I do think 1410 is max pain. But yeah, really shouldn't go too much lower, and no neutral indicators. So in the short and long terms, the chart does look pretty bullish. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, 1650, pretty good entry. I have no problems with you guys going long here. But again, this may come back down as low as 1410. So if this does pull back, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. Or you can just wait till 1410, but you may not get that chance. This may be the bottom already. But I do like the entry of 1650 and lower. A lot of upside potential, not too much more downside potential. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. Again, chart looks pretty bullish in the short and long terms. Lowest I think this is going to go is 1410. That'd be around a 15% downside, so not too many tendies to be made on the downside here, and a lot of upside potential. So I would say going short here would be a high risk, low to medium reward play. Just not really worth it in my opinion. You're not going to make too much money, and you'd be exposing yourself to a lot of upside risk. Good chance you get squeezed out here if you do decide to go short. Should have went short long time ago in the $50, $40, $30 range. Here at 1650, I just think it's way too late, and really no point in going short anymore. Pretty dangerous play. So yeah, pretty straightforward, guys. 1650 looks like a pretty decent entry for going long. May pull back a little bit more, but a lot of upside potential. So good play in the short and long terms, and I don't really see a reason to go short here. That'd be pretty dangerous, and good chance you lose your money if you decide to do that. So sorry to everyone who lost money in the stock today, and good luck to everyone currently in this stock, and to everyone looking to take a position. This is AMC Entertainment. So here is OCGN Ocugen. This finishes at $4.23 today. That is up 22.25%. Although in the aftermarket here, we are getting some breaking news, and this is down to $3.70 at the moment. So that was short-lived, but yeah, the reason as to why this stock went up so much today is because there was good news. Let's check it out. So the news was that the FDA lifted its clinical hold on the company's C19 vaccine study. So the company was unable to conduct their phase 3 trial of Covaxin for a while. So that finally got lifted. Really bullish news there. Stock went up 22%. And then in the aftermarket, the company announced a stock offering. So at the moment, there's no information as to how many stocks are going to be offered, but the company is trying to raise more money. So they're going to dilute their stock here. And that's why the stock is now down to $3.75. So still up for the day, but a lot of those gains are given right back. Okay, so let's go ahead and analyze here. So first of all, there's a gap down at $12.35. So that's a bullish indicator. That is telling us this stock should eventually come back up to $12.35 to fill that gap. This also looks like a big cup and handle. Bottom of the cup being around $2.85. And there are multiple possible tops. Top of the cup could be $4.75, $5.70, $6.65, $8.05, $8.90, $10.25, $11.35, or the yearly high $17.65. But yeah, doesn't really matter where the top of the cup is. Those are all bullish indicators. That is telling us that the stock should eventually run back up to one of those tops to complete the cup. Although I do think the most realistic top would be $4.75 or $5.50. And this did gap up today at $3.60. So that's a bearish indicator. That is telling us the stock should eventually come back down to $3.60 to fill this gap. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now, this stock is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 440 and 410. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 440, 475, $5, 530, 550, 570, 605, 635, 665, $7, 740, 775, 805, 830, 860, 890, and then 930. There is resistance above 930, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 410, 390, 375, 335, 305, 255, 205, and 155. There is support below 155, but we're not going to discuss that right now. So right now at this current price, 423, the channels to the upside and the downside are pretty decently sized, so expect a good amount of price action either way this goes. However, if/when this breaks 570 to the upside, the channel starts to open up and get pretty wide. So if/when this breaks 570, expect a significant increase in price action. And to the downside, if/when this breaks 375, the channel starts to open up and get pretty wide. So expect a significant increase in price action if/when this breaks 375, which it's at right now in the aftermarket. RSI is currently at 56, so a little above average there, so nothing to be too concerned about. And this did 69 million in volume today. Very significant volume, so this pump today was confirmed by the volume. Okay guys, just my opinion, not financial advice. So it's pretty unfortunate that this is selling off here in the aftermarket due to this stock offering. Although this company does do a lot of stock offerings, I will have to say. But that really stopped the momentum. So short term, I do think this will continue to pull back, but longer term, this does look like a good stock. Again, cup and handle, gap down at 1235. So this does have a lot of upside potential in the long term. But shorter term, I do think this will pull back to fill the gap at 360, which was formed today. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, I would hold off for right now. I do think this will pull back to 360 to fill the gap. Really shouldn't take that long to fill. Should be within a couple of days. And it may pull back lower than that, but this does appear to be holding pretty strong at around 290. Don't really think it's going to go lower than that. So I would support going long at 360 and lower. If it pulls back below 360, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. But yeah, at some point, this should come back up to 1235 to fill this gap, and that'd be about a 250% upside from the current price. So a lot of upside potential long term. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. This already got beat down very hard from the yearly high of 1765, and it really shouldn't go too much lower. Like I said, support seems to be holding pretty strong at 290. Don't really think it's going to go lower than that. So there is downside potential, but really not too much in my opinion, and I just think it's way too late to go short here. Should have went short any time between 17 and like 6, and the price is just way too low right now. Not too much more downside potential, a lot of upside potential. So I would say going short here would be a high risk, low to medium reward play. Just not really worth it in my opinion. Good chance you're going to get squeezed out if you do decide to go short here. So don't really see a reason why you would do that. So yeah, pretty unfortunate that this offering happens. Really broke all the momentum. Short term, not really sure what's going to happen, but good chance it keeps on pulling back. But longer term, this definitely looks like a good play. So congratulations to everyone who made money in the stock today, and good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is OCGN Ocugen. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know, diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.